just wrapped day 2 of the music video New Generation, Galvanized Souls. With me is the director, Matthew Gratzner. Matt, this was a great day. Tell us a little bit why you decided to do a virtual reality music video.
Well, I really enjoy the whole process of virtual reality for one other reason, that it's a new technology that changes entertainment, changes cinema, it changes how you shoot cinema. In a sense, it's a new way to indulge in content.
I would call myself a risk taker, and I'm pretty much a geek. I'm a nerd. So being able to carry the torch for this type of a project was very intriguing to me, and also the band was on board as well, and they accepted the challenge.
So what made you decide to do a VR music video?
Brandon Zamel of Springbok Entertainment came to us, and he brought it up that this was a upcoming technology, and he knew that we were a band, and he thought the best way to start it out and have the first cinematic VR video to be a music video.
The hard thing about VR can be interesting in front of you, side of you, this side of you, behind you, maybe even on the ground. Make it just something crazy, something that people want to look at.
I've seen explosions. What has been your favorite part?
My favorite part so far has to have been the Robin scene, the Robin Hood. Because
Castle.
the swords, I don't know, just something about just the sound of the swords and hitting them. There were 6 parries that we had to learn. We had to step back, and then we had to just learn.
And virtual reality is so new, so there's no rules yet.
Yes.
No textbooks to look up to know how to do it, so there's going to be so many milestones.
And the dancers come in, and you're walking in, and you're really uncomfortable with this whole thing, and it's just ridiculous. No, look how great this is.
We've been building worlds for 2 decades, and to be able to take people into the world is what's the most exciting. And the fact that our knowledge and experience in visual effects lends itself to what we do. We do technical, difficult photography, we do in-camera work, we make films, we produce commercials, and we do digital effects. And all of those skills translate easily into virtual reality.
What has been your favorite set?
Bottom you mean? Or top or down?
I mean, I'm partial to all of them. I think the castle scene and the 1970s cop scene are 2 fantastic shots because they really show a lot of thought has to go into how you construct it, the scene, the story, the timing. Those sets are fully enclosed sets, and you have to figure out how you're going to hide things.
There you go.
Where you're going to cut. We've talked about that before. Where you're going to cut is a big element in VR. So those scenes I love because there were lots of problems that we had to solve.
The hardest thing, of course, is that you see in 360 degrees, and all of a sudden the things that we would hide behind camera, such as myself giving direction, is no longer behind camera. There is no behind camera. So I'll shoot things sometimes that are blind because I couldn't even put a witness camera in the frame because it may be seen. So that's probably the biggest challenge, is that you really lose a certain sleight of hand of not being able to hide behind your lens. VR is the first time in over 100 years that we have a different way to experience media. But because it is so new, I'm sort of weaving some old school storytelling into this so that it is a little more approachable. If we have to change the language of cinema or change the language of entertainment, there should be some conventions that I think do stand the test of time in storytelling. The one thing I have to say and take a moment to say is the band has done a phenomenal job. I mean, they're terrific musicians, the song is great, but the fact that we taught them stage combat in a day, and they picked it up, and then we choreographed fights, and there's 7 people fighting in this relatively tight space. The fact that we handed them machine guns, and revolvers, and crashing cars, they did all of it themselves.
Are
That's a wrap.
Back